Hello, everyone, and damn it! I don't know why you taking a breath out is what causes that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 43 of Aneria, the Shattered Realm.
Don't
so
cut out the last take. It was pretty funny.
No, we're not. We're cutting it out.
I wasn't even paying attention, so can you put it in so I can... Were you mocking me?
No.
Are you mocking me?
Yeah, he was.
Sorry. Yeah. That's another YouTube
Hi.
video. Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody. I knew that this was going to go off the rails immediately. We have not seen each other for nearly a month and a half
A lot of
at this
pent-up
point.
chaos.
So yes, it is going to be a crazy night, and we're glad that you're here with us. For those of you just joining us, we're just starting the episode, so I'm going to cut that.
What?
I don't know. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, Toll the Dead. Join our Patreon, where you can help us fund better equipment. That is like the main goal for Patreon right now, is getting better equipment so that we can make even higher quality stuff for you. Are you showing off?
Look.
Showing off Gearhawk.
Where?
Right there. There we go. Scott finished up Gearhawk.
Look
there.
how cute! It's my little Gearhawk.
Yeah.
Thanks to Scott.
Cute.
And that's thanks to Patreon, allowing Scott to be able to paint things. Yeah.
Paint. I can't paint without you. Thank you.
And in exchange, you get access to early content, these episodes a couple days early, as well as special bonus content, which have been including some Baldur's Gate episodes recently, and something very special coming soon. If we can get Scott to actually print what he needs to print.
Yeah, Scott.
I can only paint with Patreon. I can't print.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Join our OnlyFans to be able to print stuff.
What the hell am I doing here?
Preston, having fun in your own little world over there?
Yeah,
Perfect.
he is.
All right, wonderful.
Little Radiohead.
And then thank you to Syrinscape, who provide wonderful sound effects.
Moo.
If you say Zolos. They are not a sponsor.
Excuse
but
me.
we
What
do
if
love
I
them.
call him
That is
Holos?
rule number 1. Do not.
Holos.
Is this Fred admonishing the DM for for breaking one of the rules?
Actually, that's rule number 4.
Oh, what is rule number 1?
Wizards die first.
Never split up. Number 2.
No.
Yeah, never split up. It's number 2.
The last time we met and had a session, a long time ago, so I'm going to go ahead and recap for everybody here. You were on your way to Bosmahot. After successfully recovering Ephyrra the Gentle. Okay, fine. first epic die.
What did you even do?
I pantomimed putting a hat on because he's going to recap.
Oh, I thought you were saying for Bosmahot.
That's what I thought too. Give me that dice back.
Hey, there's a double meaning there, so I think I need 2 dice.
No, you get to keep it. You actually. No, never mind.
You corrected it.
No one gets it. Oh, what a sad day. Do I get it, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you got my pun humor, yeah.
Well done.
Anyway,
Thanks, Preston.
You're welcome.
after rescuing Ephyrra the Gentle and Carnuth, the kobold bodyguard that was with her, your ship was attacked, I guess is the best word for it, by dragons and wyverns. However, you were also aided by dragons, bronze dragons and brass dragons and the metallics. After the combat, the dragons informed you that Bosmahot was experiencing a coup at the moment. Much like Ha'atano was at that moment as well. And they advised you not to go there because there's basically an enemy army that stands between you and what Ephyrra is after, and that's to get to her father at this point. She wants to go find the Major Domo. And
you
the party.
forgot. Also, Fred started crying for some reason and summoned an ocular.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, yeah. Fred had another moment about Liam and summoned an ocular.
Don't bring it up.
Blinky, I believe his name
You're
is.
like, wait, I can get a second one?
No. I will never shed another tear.
His full
Abe
name
Lincoln.
is Abe Blinken,
Blinken.
but his nickname is Blinky.
Blinken.
Hey Blinken. Did you just say Abe Lincoln? No, I said hey Blinken.
Master, you lost your arms in the war.
Okay, fine. He gets an epic die for knowing Robin
But your
Hood.
gruesome nice and censored.
Yeah. However, you guys decided that despite the danger, you would rush straight headlong into said danger, as a good party of adventurers really should. And then you also had an encounter with your patron, Fred's patron.
Seth.
Zeth Toldaz, yes. He gave you his name and gave you a boon for bringing him such precious souls, so you get to now breathe fire.
Did we get a description of what he looks like?
No, when he was appearing to you, he actually looked like Fred, but a more twisted version of her because it was in the mirror.
I thought initially it was something else. Oh, that was back in the castle.
Yeah.
And when he...
It was like a staticky
Yeah,
looking
he was like a
thing
creepy,
with
like
red
shadowy
eyes.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spindly.
Slender
Bagman
man.
arms.
Yeah.
My patron.
Siren arms. That's one of them, right?
Yeah.
Siren arms.
T-posing.
I'm not like other girls. I have siren arms.
It's actually two mythical sirens, like in the Odyssey.
Yes.
Or the Iliad? One, two.
The Odyssey.
Odyssey. Yeah.
The Odyssey is
By Homer?
after. I think the Iliad is like the Battle of Troy and everything.
Are we talking about the book or the televised one?
The book.
The book.
Like the
By
original.
Homer?
Yeah, it's the Iliad and then the Odyssey.
My Homer Simpson.
Simpson? Yeah.
Homer's
Homer
Odyssey.
Simpson. Dope.
All right. So now we find ourselves. We're going to go ahead and actually skip time here a little bit because it's been long enough that we can go ahead and skip ahead. Your journey to Bosmahot has been. We need to actually get some flying free going on here because we are on the ship currently.
I'm free.
Yes.
Free flying.
The song was in my soul. You set it free.
We Yeah, sure. The journey to Bosmahot has been long. It's taken you about 4 or 5 more days as far as that goes.
Are we there yet?
Bolt. Not Bolt. I'm Bolt.
Bolt.
It's been a long time.
Oh, Bolt. Yes.
Oh, right. Fred, I've told you this, 12 times in the last hour. No, not yet.
How about now?
Maybe.
Actually, you are nearly there at this point. The kind of rugged, snow-capped hills that make up most of the area of Baz'Mohat that you had been flying over has given way to a kind of a great forest separated by giant plateaus.
Pretty.
So are we still in... we're still in Baz'Mohat?
Actually, you have just passed over into Bosmahot's territory. It's the...
Oh... You don't have it on here. You've got the Golden City.
Bosmahot is the area.
Okay.
The Golden City is the capital
Okay.
of Bosmahot, yes. So at this point, you've just passed into it. There are a lot of mountains still here, so it's sort of these deciduous trees that sprinkle the mountainside, and then you can see kind of a single large path that seems to wind through and into the mountains and then back out again. Kind of this one long road that would put the long road at home to the test, actually.
That's one long road.
I wonder what it's called.
But not as long as the long road.
Well, that's a good question. What did I call that?
What did he call it?
The Green
What
Mile.
did he call it?
It's
What
the
did he
Green Mile.
call it? The Green Mile? I mean, that fits.
It is called the Serpent's Swarf, actually.
Swarf.
Yes.
The serpent scarf?
Serpent Soiree. Got it.
It is basically the road that connects all of the different towns and cities in Bosmahot.
Is everything okay with the ship?
Is that the rock giant I
think
see?
so.
Did Ephyrra stay with us?
Yes,
Okay.
she is with you. In fact, she's the one who probably just told you about the Swarf.
Oh,
Yeah.
Swarf. Very good.
Yeah, it was founded by Natomi. I don't know if you are aware of her.
No, that means nothing to me.
That does sound familiar, actually.
Natomi Plaza.
That's why it sounds familiar. That's the only
Nakatomi.
reason. she is sort of the most famous explorer around here. You might have a book or two of hers on board, actually. But she was sort of the biggest explorer that helped found Bosmahot and organize its different cities into a single banner. And she wasn't even a dragon. She was just a regular dragonborn.
Wow. Oh, well, that's still kind of a dragon.
I mean, I guess you could say that, though I probably wouldn't around a dragon.
What percentage of dragon is a dragonborn? Like 18%? 20%?
I wouldn't know the math.
That's very curious. Like, how do the genetics and who
I
in the
put the
first
brakes on the
place?
ship and we're going to go figure this out. I'll be right back.
You're thinking of half dragons, actually, which are humans or humanoids and dragons falling in love. Which dragons can take humanoid visage, so it wouldn't be impossible. Dragonborn were originally given life thanks to the dragon gods.
And what are the dragon gods?
Well, there's Archon, of course, who is named after who the entire continent, I guess not world at this point, is named after. He's the platinum dragon, and the first among dragons, and basically the metallics god. And then, of course, there was his wife, the matron of shifting scales, and she birthed the chromatic dragons. But they also breathed life into eggs that had lost all of their life, and created the species of dragonkin known as dragonborn these days. Or so the legend goes.
Interesting. Do you think dragonborn are pretty disappointed to be dragonborn? Like, they're not quite, obviously, you feel like they're less than a dragon.
I mean,
Would you agree?
As a dragon myself, I wouldn't know how they would feel. I would hope that they would not feel
No.
any negative consequence or negative feelings towards it.
But do you feel like they are beneath you?
No, of course not.
Oh.
I can't say that I'm the expert on the subject of how all dragons feel, though, because there are plenty of dragons out there that are
Assholes.
less than pleasant and
I suppose
kind.
I'm just saying, when you were talking about this what was her name? Natomi.
Macarena.
How she found it, she was this great explorer, and you said, and how you said that she was even, could you believe it, like a dragonborn. Like, that was shocking that someone that was not a dragon could do something like that.
I mean, uniting an entire nation is something that usually would be reserved for very powerful beings, and in a world of dragons, having it be a non-dragon seems like a very big accomplishment, and should be noted.
Interesting.
Am I racist? I'm going to have to re-examine my biases here, I think.
Well, that is one thing that the Wayward Watch is good at doing.
Pointing out
Racism, yes.
racism, yes. Okay.
It's the
I'm
one
just
thing.
like saying this casually as I fly the ship.
Anyhow, sorry to get off topic.
No, I mean, it's
she's been with us for 4 days. I think she understands. Like,
at
off
this,
topic
at this
is kind
point,
of the
yes.
norm.
She gets it now.
I understand to redirect the conversation, not try to force it. But we are probably about half a day away from the Golden City at this point. Although I don't know if it would be a good idea to fly the ship into the Golden City, if what the dragons of the Shining Alliance, or the Shining Alliance, what is it? Shining Federation?
No, it's the Alloy Alliance.
Thank you. Well, technically, so there's the Alloy Alliance, and the Shining Federation is all of the metallics. The alloy is just the brass, bronze, and copper.
Oh,
just so you know.
okay.
But yes, you were correct. Alloy Alliance is the proper term there. So, thank you.
Nice work.
Unless, I mean, technically you are the adventurers. It is your ship. You can do what you want with it. But
Well.
if there is a coup going on, maybe the city is an active war zone right now, and flying a ship into it might not be the best idea.
We definitely have not had a lot of good luck when it comes to flying into any of the cities.
It's true, that's usually reserved for dragons and wyvern riders.
I think we should probably find a spot to set down and then make our way on foot.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna look for a spot that we can.
Okay.
That would be within. I'd probably ask Ephyrra and be like, how far out do they patrol usually?
She doesn't know for certain, but she gives you kind of a general estimation of, a couple miles or so.
So I give it a couple more miles just as like a buffer, just in case.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
The first roll back.
Yep. This will determine the rest of the campaign.
What?
I'm sorry. Because I got a 1.
Oh no.
So your options are pretty limited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of forest.
trees, and trees.
There are plenty of flat plateaus that kind of stick out from the forest. However, they are pretty open as far as it goes.
Oh, John, how many levels in Monk do you have? Can you protect the ship?
I don't know what that means. You've been hanging around Fred too much, I think.
Probably.
But we all have, so it's okay.
It's too bad we don't have a cloaking spell or something to hide it.
Do you still have the token?
No,
Anchor?
the token, I've used it.
Yeah, okay. You used that when Bolt met their unfortunate accident.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank you, Cory. You got it right.
You. First one back.
I can hear him practicing in the shower.
You also heard the hesitation before I said there, right? The slight flick of the eyes to the sign.
To the reminder. Yep. Well, do we have anything I could put a spell into? Because I got like fog cloud and
Put a spell on you.
As you're kind of like trying to think about what spell would be best here, Carnuth has been kind of leaning over the edge, and he goes, "That plateau right there."
Careful, someone could push you up. I'm sorry.
I'll do a circle the ship around and does it look anything different than any of the plateaus?
Go ahead and give me another perception
The
check.
bodyguard, right? The kobold.
Yes.
Well, that's 5. It looks like a regular old
Careful,
plateau.
someone could push you over as she's like sneaking up on him. So what was that?
just a regular old plateau to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing special.
Was that another one?
That was a 5.
It was a 5.
Wasn't
okay.
great.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything to you.
Yeah, it doesn't
Anything
look like
other
anything
than
to me.
You want me to take a look?
Please, if you can see anything else. I have thoroughly surveyed this. I don't think you could see anything more than I could.
Can I borrow your eyeglass?
It would be my pleasure.
On the
We're all wise to it now.
On the mini pockets.
Yep.
But Fred just
Everybody.
keeps reapplying,
Yep.
hoping that someone...
Everybody woke up the next morning after the battle, and everybody had black eyes. And we're like, dang it!
Can I get...
She Charlie Chaplin'd me.
Can I assist him in that?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a perception check on your end as well.
Them.
Or yes, them. 8 is the one... where's my thing at? There it is. Perception. Plus 5.
13?
13.
Yeah. You notice that there are some differences to like a normal plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like there has been somebody here at some point, but you can't quite make out who they are, what they were doing here.
Seems safe enough.
What makes you think this is a good one?
Oh, it's clearly marked. You can't see it.
Marked how?
Marked by my people.
Do I smell anything?
That doesn't explain how.
Yeah, marked with urine
And
or...
he kind of guides your eyes, and you see that there have been several like tarps that have been laid out that have just the barest hint of a line for people like, and you can see like the flutter, and as like one of them flutters in the breeze, you can kind of see a figure crouched beneath it. And then there's also like a single rock that has a carving in it that you wouldn't have noticed at all if it hadn't have been for him pointing it out. But it seems to be a carving of like a 3-claw talon.
Seems to be as good a place as any. Any objections?
Do we need to let them know that we are friendly?
I will let them know.
All right.
Okay, I'll take it down.
Okay. So you take it on down and land in the middle of the clearing, and as soon as like the anchor drops, all of the like a dozen or so tarps like burst from the ground, and these kobolds like start charging forward. And
Aggressive little ones, aren't they?
Yep. And one of them is like getting ready to cast, and Carnuth like says something in a language that sounds like Draconic but isn't quite. Actually, you all have earrings now. You have earwigs.
Yeah.
So you can all hear him clearly say, "Don't shoot. It's all right. We're friends." And there's kind of a small like grumble and between all of the different kobolds, and then they kind of just shrug, and one of them says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Hi, I am Bolt. We are the Wayward Watch. This is Fred, and this is Victor, and of course Carnuth.
Carnuth says, "We need somewhere to hide this ship while we go into Bosmahot, or into the Golden City, rather."
They're all like, "You're already in Bosmahot."
Idiot.
Idiot. And the kobold kind of tugs at his. He's got two little tiny whiskers, and he just tugs at him a little bit before saying, "We take you to the matron first." Understandable.
Matron. What matron?
The kobold matron.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
Presumably their leader.
Yes. It probably won't be. She won't be here. And then one of the kobolds says, "Oh, she here." Oh. And he suddenly gets like a lot more nervous and starts like checking his armor, all of his different belts and everything. Yes. Well, shall we?
Yes, is she your queen?
The matrons, the 10 matrons are all of the kobolds' queens. They are the mothers of a lot of us, or the grandmothers. They basically are the ones who dictate kobold society and tell us who to serve and how and everything. So.
Yes, I love this. I would love to meet them.
Sounds like it's like bees.
Yes, I love a strong female.
What's a bee?
A colony insect that has a female leader.
Oh, interesting. Like
Not-
ants.
not-
Like ants.
Sort of.
Ants is a more apt analogy. We're under the ground a lot. Dig tunnels.
Sure, but the queen usually does not have a lot of say in what happens in the ant colony.
What?
They just lay eggs.
Why is she called the queen?
To differentiate her.
I think you're full of it. this is as like the ramp is coming
I am
down.
an anthropologist, okay?
Anthropologist. Screw you. Screw you and your damn puns.
It was a good one.
It was. So Carnuth and Bolt argue the finer points of ant colonies.
Yeah.
Because Bolt may know more about ants, but this is a medieval world, and they definitely would not know the intricacies of ant society nearly as much.
Look, I had 100 years, and all I read about was ants, okay?
It was all ants.
That's all the books
Druids
were there.
might know a little bit more, but they take you basically to this one side of the plateau, and they lift another tarp. It seems like that's their favorite thing in the world is tarps. And there is a...
I too like a good tarp.
There is a rough staircase that kind of leads deeper into the plateau.
Now,
And then-
these coverings, are they painted?
Yes, they show you the one side that looks like the plateau, and it is a very good representation with like full-on shades and different things to make it like camouflage.
Somehow they did digital camo.
Yeah, and then they go and they flip it around, and there's like a painting on the other side. This one is very crude, and the kobold goes, "Sorry, usually they're not that bad."
Interesting.
Victor, take notes. You have a wedding coming up.
Oh, yes.
Now, if you lead the way, and I'm gonna like
Yeah.
do the light on my glove or gauntlet.
The kobolds have they all have kind of these goggles on, these rough kind of maybe they're more like uncut gemstones in like a band type thing, and they had taken them off as they get down. Yeah, as they get down into the tunnel.
So they were
further.
wearing them up top.
Yeah, and then you turn the light on, and they all go.
I apologize. I cannot see well in the dark.
It's fine.
My companions don't have a problem with it.
We are used to it from surface dwellers. And this kobold at the lead, the one that was casting spells, takes you down. And eventually,
All right. Do the fake walk down the stairs.
yeah.
He's holding the broom and just going backwards.
Yep. And eventually the staircase opens up into this wide canopy of rope bridges. And not the type of rope bridges with wooden planks. I'm talking one rope at the bottom and two at the top that you have to scurry along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very simple ones. And there's this whole lattice work and...
I don't know if you've noticed, I'm quite large and I am very heavy.
Bolt, it's quite
How
safe
heavy?
out here. I'm gonna be wow, 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 wow.
Victor says, sitting on his broom.
He's 1 foot off and I'm bouncing the
Yeah.
the line. It's like one of the kobolds is trying to go
I'm
across.
gonna tentatively put some weight on one of the ropes.
You hear it creaking and straining. And
I'm
the
not-
kobolds push you off, and then one of them tries to pick you up, and not push you back.
Yeah.
One of them tries to pick you up, then 2, then 4, and it gets to about 10 of them working together before they and they can't even lift you off the ground. And they're like, all right, get the crane.
I feel very embarrassed right now.
Are you worried you're too heavy, or is it that you're afraid of heights? Truth or dare? Tell me the truth.
I fly a
I dare you to
ship
tell me the truth.
in the air.
Truth.
I'm not really scared of heights anymore.
But you were?
Yes, actually, that's quite... Who's quite scared of airships a while ago.
No, just know
Interesting.
you have nothing to fear from heights. It's hitting the ground. That's
Right.
That's what
The
to be
abrupt
afraid
stop,
of.
yes.
Yes. Stopping.
Exactly.
Be afraid of stopping.
I
We're all afraid of stopping. let's be
Otherwise,
fair.
you're flying
I'm
to your death.
yes. Well, actually, I'm about a little over 400 pounds with my armor on, and I don't think these ropes will hold up.
You glance over, and not only is Victor playing on him, but John is also. This is really easy. This is really
Making
fun.
him,
He's
whip.
he jumps up, turns his broom sideways.
Yep.
And it's like that whole ripple effect, and there's this poor kobold at the end that's just going
Carrying a basket.
getting thrown off.
Just remember, Bolt, that muscle weighs more than fat.
I have neither.
A giant kind of swing crane and a sling comes rattling over, and you can see
My own Bjorn?
your yes.
Yes,
You can see over on the other
Courtyard.
end. There's 40 kobolds holding onto the rope, and one of them gives you a thumbs up.
That's like Bolt's dream because
eagerly climb
they
in.
are always carrying everyone.
Mhm.
It's like when you just want to be the big spoon sometimes.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
When you're used to being the little spoon.
I'm okay if you
land.
want to play jetpack. That's fine.
Lay on.
It doesn't have to be big spoon.
As soon as you get on, you can hear a from the other side of the cavern. It kind of dips a little bit, but then they start slowly lowering you down. It seems like they've got a pretty good understanding of fulcrums, and
I am enjoying every minute of this. So this is what it's like.
there's also some natural buttresses on the way down that you can observe. You're like, oh, look at
Carved by the world itself.
Who installed the buttresses?
that. Stop moving!
Stop talking about it.
The rest of you are led down the normal way, and you can you start winding down this path back and forth, and every now and then you see Bolt as he gets lowered by. Yeah.
Fred wants to try jumping off one to fall down onto one below.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Victor, watch this. Oh boy. That is a 12.
A 12?
You're getting some really good. Oh,
Roll me a dexterity save.
Oh no. That was 18 plus 3.
So you misjudge it, and your feet hit the rope, but you slip, and you go ready to go end over end. But luckily, the back of your knees hit that same bottom rope, and you just squeeze for all your might, and you're just hanging upside down.
I'm just about ready to cast web. I'm like,
Fred, that was pretty good. You could be an acrobat or something.
Thank you. Your turn.
Fred.
All right.
Make sure you don't get distracted by the buttresses. I understand.
I'm not distracted by the buttresses.
All this.
What did you drop
17.
towards her?
The broom.
Yeah, so the broom comes
So he's gonna
swinging
do
down.
like I want to do like a triple axle, and then get to the rope down below.
Perfect. Easy.
Dismount.
Well, you made it look beautiful, of course.
Thank you.
And dip from below.
Can you drop me, Brisinger? It's kind of high up there.
You came down to me. You dropped the.
Oh.
I was down below already.
I'm just
This
gonna
rope
go
is-
the normal way, says John.
This rope is really bouncy. I'm gonna get off it. You can keep going.
As you go down, you see a lot of different kobolds either making food, doing some like mushroom farming. There's a couple that are smithing currently, that kind of thing. It seems like a really normal community underneath this plateau. And you get to the bottom, and there's actually light down here. There is some nice blue glowing mushrooms, these kind of large ones that ring the outside. Yeah, they finally, they hit the ground, and the sling just drops, and you hear, from above.
I should really teach them about pulleys.
Counterweights.
And, yes.
That's true. They got the basics down, but they could use...
The basics was like slinging a rope over a stick.
And there's this small little, pool in the center. And sitting on one side of the pool, kind of under one of the mushrooms, is a very large, round kobold. And she's wearing this... She's... what color? What color is she? What color? She is a red kobold, actually.
Not periwinkle.
Not periwinkle. Close, though. She is a red kobold. She is wearing this very large muumuu-style robe, I guess is the best way to describe it, with all of these different, ringlets of... It's not gold, but it's, brass with, circles in it, kind of thing, to make it look kind of like gold. It's very rough jewelry. Yeah. And she's currently got one hand out like this, and kobolds are... filing her nails, and another one is filing her feet. And she waves them all away as you settle down and sits up, but doesn't, stand up. And she goes, "Welcome, everyone. I hear that your bolt,
Yes.
Fred, Victor, John, and Ephyrra, the gentle, of course. And, of course, hello, Carnuth." And he just full on stock still and bows really deep and goes, "Great mother, thank you so much for him." Yeah, he's a red kobold too, if you remember. Yeah. So this is very much I am meeting
the full
the patron,
full bend over head on the ground.
Face hits the
I am
floor.
not worthy of your presence or to be in your presence.
But it seems that word travels fast.
Among our people, it does. Yes, you told them at the top, and it made its way down to the bottom. Sit. Would you like something to eat?
I would love something to eat.
Wonderful.
Sure.
Anything that's not mushrooms, though, because they're a fungus and all.
What's wrong with mushrooms?
What?
What's wrong with mushrooms?
They are a fungus.
They are delicious.
And a fungus.
They are the great filters and cleaners.
Don't
of the
worry.
world.
You just haven't had properly prepared mushrooms. And a bunch of kobold servants come rushing in. They've got big plates of portobello mushrooms that look like they've been
on bigger
grilled
plates that are also mushrooms.
Yes.
There are these,
Everything's mushrooms.
there are these other mushrooms I had in Big Town. Avoid them at all costs. I had the worst headache afterwards.
Were they psychedelic?
I don't
mushrooms?
know. I
We
couldn't
have
remember.
those as well.
I'll take 2.
There are some
Save later.
there are some meats, but most of it is skewered rats and lizards, that kind of thing.
I will try the mushrooms.
Wonderful. I hope you enjoy them.
Me
There's also
too.
skewered mushrooms as well.
Yes. There's 1 or 2 mushroom rats, actually, which are just rats that are also fungus creatures.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yes.
Yes.
Well, Carnuth says, or rather, word through the kobold vine, which is our own unique saying.
Certainly.
Technically,
These are.
Nothing to do with grapes.
I'm assuming they're good. Oh, I can actually taste this time, right?
yeah, you can taste now.
These
Yeah.
are very good.
I didn't know that they grow on vines.
Neither did I.
Nothing happens when I eat them, right?
No, nothing.
Okay.
It's been long enough that
Okay.
your stomach is no longer roiling.
Okay.
You haven't feasted in a while. That you are in need of leaving your ship here. Is that correct?
Yes, we need
Yes.
someone to watch it for us, to hide it.
We would like to camouflage it if possible.
And what exactly is your goal in the Golden City?
That's a good question.
Well, we are returning Ephyrra
Yes.
to see her father,
Interesting.
and we need to share some information. Am I getting this right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while, sorry.
About the people who were in Knave's Nook. What were they called? One of
the Bloodflame Serpents.
the Bloodflame Serpents.
We also want to figure out what's going on with the coup.
Oh, you're here to stop the coup. That's very bold.
I mean, we
want to-
could.
We want to figure it out first.
Interesting. Well,
Maybe we side with the cooers. I don't know.
The Coors.
that is actually a very good question. Whose side are you on?
We like to actually try to stay neutral, but
I
it doesn't
prefer
seem.
to be on the side of chaos, but that's just me. And Victor.
And yet you railed against the Bloodflame Serpents. Interesting.
Well, of course. I
It's
had to
not-
claim
it's
some
not
souls.
Their brand of chaos.
No, wanton killing and chaos is not as fun as like the actual dance of death. It's very different.
You see, I'm training to lead an army against my father.
And this is an attempt to train your army, then? You want to lead them into the Golden City to help prevent a coup?
Well,
Or
the
help
army
coup?
is the three of us and some silverware, but yes.
Don't forget Gearhawk.
We kobolds
Gearhawk.
have
As
done
well.
more with less, I suppose.
I'm sorry, what should we call you?
Matron is fine.
Just matron.
Yes.
Do you have a name?
We are all 10 of us are called the matrons, and that is all the
How-
name that we are known by.
How do you differentiate yourselves
We know.
when you're all together?
We know.
But what if you're talking with another matron and you say, "Oh, have you seen what matron is wearing nowadays?" Do you know who the other's talking about?
Are you implying that we like to gossip about one another a lot? Because we do.
I was going to say,
all the
who
time.
doesn't? I also like some gossip.
Usually, it happens to coincide with our color. So, Green Matron, for example, was wearing the most gaudy set of earrings the last time that we met.
Are all 10 of you a different color?
Yes, we're each one of the colors
Roy
of
Gibiv,
dragons.
obviously.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Hmm?
Yes?
What?
Red, blue,
Roy
green,
Gibiv.
black.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
knows
white.
Roy Gibiv.
Red, orange, yellow, blue, green, violet.
Indigo Violet.
Yeah,
yes.
indigo violet.
Probably not orange.
No, we
That's
represent
7.
all 5 chromatic and all 5 metallic colors that
Ooh.
exist.
Very cool. They must refer to you as the most beautiful of them all.
Of course they do.
He's taken, by the way.
He's trying to butter her up
he's
to
not.
get into the city.
Well, we would certainly be willing to hide your ship, but we don't do things for free typically.
That's understandable. What would be the
I like this one.
cost?
What do you have?
No. He
Fred is literally like finger on both lips, like.
That means shut up in front of me.
You know, technically you probably wouldn't be as heavy because
Wait, Mom is
you're,
on. Where's my
you're
house?
still in your
Oh, that's true, but it's like a clay body
True.
with armor, so
Now. Bolts.
yeah.
He who speaks price first loses.
That's
I
not
learned
that's,
that in sales.
That's not one of the rules we talked about.
Fred had like a 1 week course in the Arcanum about sales. It was a terrible like training week.
All I'm saying, if you speak price first, you lose.
Do you know a lot about sales?
Well, yes, I was a sales manager for a good 10 years.
I have a good gnome friend back in Southport that you should really meet. I think you two would get along great.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
Torrey wasn't here for
I can't
that.
remember his name.
There is this gnome shopkeeper. He's his
makes
sword is called
cloaks.
nomenclature.
Nomenclature.
And
And I went,
Bolt has
I went
been
to go
like
get
obsessed
cloaks,
with him.
and I got what 5
Pink
pink
one?
ones for us, or 4 pink ones
That
to
to be
like
bright
infiltrate something.
Oh,
But he keeps going back to this gnome and like vaguely threatening him.
No, we're
the
great
gnome
friends.
sees it as veiled threats, and Bolt sees it as like, I'm being friendly.
Oh dear.
I think Fred would get along great with him.
Anyway, you do you. But I think
Here,
it's
let me give
mistake.
you a list of our inventory. If I'm gonna do.
What?
Googly moogly.
I will lean in close to Fred and go, this is a whisper. Well, just so you remember, we have those mana crystals.
That we don't want to give up.
I know, but if they won't take anything else, that is a very sought-after prize.
I've got something.
We cannot sell them if you're the gentle.
She like perks up a little bit and like looks between you two because she's definitely got good enough hearing.
Why not?
She's kind
Because she's a sentient being and we don't own her.
That's
I
fair.
missed that, dang it.
It's a full on like dragon snort from her, even though she's in human form.
That's fair. Okay. All right.
I scrubbed the tattoos off your body.
Thank you for that. It was very intimate.
And yet
That's
I'm
what
annoying.
that lavender smell was the other day.
Even my butt crack smells like lavender. Okay.
There was so much paint in there.
Fred, you like to think you
They're like, look, we don't
stink.
we don't have underwear for you, but we're just gonna put
Smells
enough
like
paint on it.
lavender.
It's kind of the same.
Yep.
How about this? I have got a playing card set.
I forgot about this.
May I?
Sure.
She starts like looking through the cards. What is this playing card set?
I just am looking at this in my inventory.
It's just in your inventory.
Okay.
This isn't the deck of many
That's
things.
good,
That was
'cause
that was
the
other game.
that was the other
That was
game.
other
Right.
Okay, for a second I'm like, okay.
I was like, what?
Which one is this? Which one is this? Which one is this? Which is this?
Now let me tell you about that first before you make a decision.
Deal. And
Perfect.
she kind of like holds it close and says, "This should be good enough to keep your ship for a couple days." Is there anything else that you needed while you were here?
Sign here.
Oh yes, we need a contract signed, please.
Right. And she
It just
she
says
waves a hand and
you're gonna take care of the ship while we're gone.
a regal kobold comes over and signs it for her, and she looks at it and gives her a nod of approval.
Can we get some more mushrooms as well? These are they were delicious.
I'll make you some for the road.
Do you need a copy?
No, it should be fine.
Okay, no, put away his knuckle buster. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Credit card processing.
So
That was old even when I was a kid.
Yes.
Oh.
So she
I've
starts
seen
like
one in use.
shuffling the cards in her hands as she says, "Is there anything else that you need, or are we all good here?"
Well, I do have a question, and this can be discussed when we get back. But I do think, if you have anyone who would want to join my army,
Kobolds aren't typically the brave type.
oh, then never
Carnooth
mind.
not accepting here.
Sorry, Cartouche.
She's saying that I am
Oh.
brave, actually.
Well, you can join my army then.
I have a prior commitment.
Do you now?
Yes.
Ephyrra.
Oh.
I am a bodyguard to Ephyrra currently.
Well, I've heard that with enough money, kobolds can be quite brave. Gold, perhaps?
Yeah.
Gold is not kept by kobolds for long.
What do you value?
Usually things that interest us. It's much more interesting to earn something entertaining than it is to earn something monetary value.
It's a good thing I did the negotiations.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I am interesting. I can do interesting things.
I'm not saying
Are you-
that.
Are you selling yourself at this point?
If you
Would that work?
you would give yourself to the kobolds in exchange for a kobold army for your friend?
No, that's not going to happen. Bolt is my father.
It's a very interesting relationship.
It's,
Didn't you say you were trying to kill your father?
My other father.
Oh.
it's more of a...
Your husband?
It's like an adopted situation. Sort of.
And it's like I've adopted him.
Right.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Indeed. Ephyrra leans forward and she goes, great matron, may we also use your tunnels to get into the city? And
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I just
Those
that's
mushrooms,
perfect for here.
those mushrooms have gone right through me.
But how? You don't have a bolt hole.
That's true. I should have had your Viking friends paint one on.
It was very uncomfortable getting it scrubbed off.
You should really try out the bidet. We just installed it. It'll change your life.
That drinking fountain.
For your butt, yes.
It's a drinking fountain for your butt. That's the perfect description of a bidet.
And I say, if this will help sweeten the deal, and I'll lean forward and take one of the rings that she's got, like one center, and I'm going to use my magical tinkering. And,
Okay.
Basically enchant it to kind of sparkle when you look at it. Like it does the whole like shine to it. Like you look at it and
Very
now you will be
interesting.
the matron that everyone is jealous of.
I already am. But yes,
Well, of
I
course.
suppose.
Why
Thank
do I
you.
have a feeling
I don't know. I heard
there's
the blue
like
one
ominous
was talking
music
about
happening
it.
in
What
my
did she
head.
say? Ignore the ominous music. This is just the Dungeon Depths one.
I'm scared.
The
We'll just do the
the
no
Kobolds are
music.
practicing.
Don't worry, that's the Hydralisk in the corner.
I think you mean Hydra, but yes. There's a full-on Zerg in the corner. Which one of your magical tinkerings are you giving up for that, by the way?
Whatever the furthest one back is, I can't remember.
At this point, I think you have gone through the clackers. The
You had the
little
necklace?
Evie's clackers, her
Evie's
magic sparks.
No. She was the last one that I did.
You had the
Okay.
lady
So I
in the
had
swamp.
I had a whole bunch of like
You had
a whole bunch of rocks and stuff that we used for light.
Yep.
I ignored those.
Mm-hmm.
So the coin,
That one of those was picked up by a rat, and he became the Rat King until that coin
Till-
went out.
till-
Or the
and then he got devoured by his subjects. Which,
There's
that's just
definitely
rat
something going
society,
on there.
yeah.
Stay tuned for that. One shot coming soon.
I made the coin.
Wow.
I made the coin glow for the harpy,
Mhm.
the harpy
Yep.
lady.
Yep.
That was two.
And I made one for Janjin.
Jan.
Yes. So that's three.
And then you did the one at the.
And then-
And then after that was
Here-
Evie's.
and then after
so
that
that
was
would be my
Evie.
third
Well,
one.
and then you did the one that's here
No,
in
fourth.
Well, then that would have rolled away the first one
Mhm.
because I only get 3.
Oh, you only get 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
you had that fishbowl
So
thing.
that would have
made
rolled. Yeah.
magical.
So that rolled. Then you did the fish thing in Arconis. That would have gotten rid of the harpy one.
Uh-huh.
So that would have left Evie, the fish bowl.
No, it would have been harpy, Evie, fishbowl. Or actually, a harpy one would have been gone away a while ago because it would have been Janjin's, then Evie's, then the fish.
Yeah.
Because I made the
So
the
Janjin's.
koi. So Janjin's just went
Yes.
dark.
Janjin's just went out.
Uh-oh, will she think you're dead?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Cuts to her and she looks over at it and goes, and just gets back to work.
She's actually like re-gifted it to someone.
No.
I guess take this rock. I don't know. Mommy, that rock's no longer working. It's okay. We'll get you a better rock.
And the night like.
I would be more than happy to lend our tunnels so that you can get into the city. Obviously, we can't get you any further than inside the walls, though. That is
That should be sufficient.
excellent. I would warn you that things are not going good there.
Yeah, so what's the scoop? if you will. Like, who is the, what did you say? The cooers.
Who is the Coors?
Who is the cooers?
Oh,
Who is trying to overthrow whom? And why?
There is
And when?
a... There...
And where?
Where is the Golden City? As far as we know, the Emperor is dead.
The Emperor's dead.
That is... and Ephyrra actually gives you the same kind of like shock reaction.
That's not Ephyrra's father, is it?
No.
He was like the Grand
Major Domo.
Poobah.
Yeah. Major Domo, but yes,
Major
Grand
Domo.
Poobah.
Grand Poobah, Major Domo.
We
Same
believe that him and his entire family are gone.
You're
At this
kidding me.
point, yes, nobody's seen him since the coup began. So, there is a group of white and blue dragons.
White dragons. That seems right.
Mainly, there are a couple other.
Ephyrra is a white
dragons
dragon,
in there.
right? Or is she-
Ephyrra is like a
She's a
silver.
long dragon.
Oh,
long
yeah.
dragon, that have armies of dragonborn that have taken over the streets. Some of our kobolds are, of course, assisting the armies as usual.
are they on high alert for anything out of the ordinary, or are they just trying to keep the peace?
They are. It's full-on chaos in the streets.
Yes.
Yep. The armies loyal to the Emperor still are now more of a resistance and fighting where they can, but there aren't that many dragons in the Golden City.
Is it surprising that the white dragons could field such a force on such short notice? Or
Yes, so far from the Sylium Peaks, it's incredible that they're here at all, actually. It's the whole reason I'm here, is to monitor the situation. Normally, the matrons stay in Cindervine Gulch. So being here is new for me. Anyway, they're all being led by well, we don't really know who they are other than their name. They call themselves the Herald of Flame.
Does that mean something to us?
It sounds.
I already
like-
knew that.
It sounds like it's.
I wrote that down.
Mhm.
The Herald of Flame.
Yeah.
The new Warlord. Okay, I already knew that. I don't know why I'm asking you these things I already knew.
We believe that's.
Sometimes
that's
you just
the,
need a refresher.
We believe that's the Bloodflame Serpents.
That name has been thrown around among the enemies, or the cooers, as you would say.
I
Well,
just wrote Blood Flamer.
Blood Flamer.
well, it appears that we probably cannot stay neutral. Seems to be our MO lately.
That's not a problem. Is there any word of the Major Domo?
As I said, most of the ones close to the Emperor haven't been heard from. And if you see Ephyrra has just like got her head bowed and her hands clenched together.
Do you know if we were to find anyone in the city, if there's any resistance or fences we might be able to speak to?
There are resistances still. Most of the common citizenry is waiting for all of this to play out, but there are plenty who are taking the fight to...
You said the King's Guard and.
Yes, the King's Guard is the primary driving force, although they're dwindling in numbers. Again, you're looking at a group of very skilled soldiers against the might of multiple dragons. It is not going well for them.
I assume if I was to look for your sign or token that you had upstairs with the slashes, then that would be a pretty clear indication of resistance.
No. As far as kobolds go, we remain neutral in these affairs.
Oh.
We have kobolds helping both sides, and the Scale-Menders are, of course, on the scene to heal and help who they can. But for the most part, kobolds don't pick a side. We just serve as we're supposed to.
Now let me ask you a question. Say we were to...
Is this a question that you already know the answer to?
No.
I just don't want to be blamed for that again.
Let's say, for example, that we were able to defeat these white and blue dragons. Would there be any sort of monetary reward that someone might pay us?
Among the kobolds, no, but who knows what the gold dragons would give. Well, what's left of them.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Ephyrra's going to stand up and walk away at this point.
Sorry about your daddy. I wish mine was killed by the blue dragons.
Well, her father isn't the major domo, but we don't
Yes.
know.
That
I
is-
thought I asked and said, "Is he the king?"
No, Major Domo is different than the king, Scott.
Oh,
But he's missing.
Okay.
Or
He's also-
Yeah, the Emperor's at the
They're both-
top.
they're both
The
dead.
Major Domo is like the main steward,
All right.
advisor, that
I'm
kind
caught
of
up
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. Ephyrra, I'll catch up to her.
She's just going to turn towards you and say, "What? Are you going to ask me for a reward now?"
No. I'm sorry. I'm not good at these things. I was raised by a monster. I really am bad at touchy-feely.
You really are.
I know.
your little orb friend comes out.
Yes.
And all the eyes blink.
Pinky, go back to Victor.
Oh, stop touching me.
If you're trying to comfort me or something, don't worry about it.
Butterfly kisses.
I just need
I
time.
hate it when he does that.
Well, I just want you to know that I am sorry.
I just don't like the idea of my tragedy being turned into a monetary prize for you.
The only reason it's not a prize for me, this is what I was thinking, is the three of us, while very powerful, I'm not called Fred Dragonsbane for no reason.
She kind of shrinks away. Like, the name just irks her a little bit. No idea why.
All I'm saying is that we could do a bit of damage, I'm sure. Could we reclaim the city for you and the people of Bosmahot? I don't think we have it in us, to be honest with you. But I have some, I don't even know if I would call them friends, ex-boyfriend, who are quite skilled in fighting dragons. But I know they wouldn't do it out of the goodness of their hearts, and I was just thinking if there was some sort of monetary reward, they'd be happy to come and help us. To reclaim the city. It's not for me.
You're talking about the barbarians.
Maybe.
I know that we play coy with that, but very few can have those tattoo markings that you have and not be considered.
Yeah, and she's seen all of them.
It's true. I worry that, well, I suppose if everyone is already gone, then delaying to have reinforcements arrive would not be a terrible proposition. But there are people that are fighting in the streets now that I can help.
Well, I'm just putting it out there as an option.
I'll consider it. As far as it goes, your help, your group's help would be most appreciative.
Well, of course.
But if it requires the agreement of payment, I can't provide that upfront.
Oh no, of course not. Right? We don't need payment for this, which is really, this is hard for me. I think this shows that I'm growing and maturing. That's just a
Yes.
personal observation. You don't have to chime in on that.
Good.
Bolt. Why is his eye pink? Is this ocular conjunctivitis?
There's
Clear
some clear eyes for it.
Or dry?
Do you know the way?
And she looks over at Carnuth, and Carnuth nods. She says, I will... I do. Okay. And she nods to Carnuth, and they start heading down a specific tunnel. And the matron goes, "Come back soon," or "Good luck to you," or whatever.
It was very nice meeting you.
"Nice to meet you as well." And she starts playing solitaire. 3-dragon solitaire. Because everything's 3-dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
That's like the Milton Bradley of this world. Is
Yeah.
three dragon.
Three dragon, yeah. So, a very awkward conversation later. The party makes their way down this long winding tunnel.
I know of no other kinds of conversations.
Really, it wasn't awkward for me.
They're all awkward.
I
Maybe that says
awkward.
something about us.
Probably.
I thought you had decent charisma.
She does.
I do.
It's the reason why she didn't get slapped by a dragon for insinuating a reward for her father's death, you know?
No, I think you misunderstood what I was saying.
I
She
do want to,
misunderstood.
Ephyrra, we will do our best to try to find out any information about Major Domo.
I appreciate it.
Just the silent nod. Victor, you are my brother. You're supposed to side with me.
So it's another
Have
bout.
you ever seen siblings before?
Yeah.
I do until I get in trouble. That's your
Do you
Just
think
my
that
brother.
Scott and I agree all the time?
Definitely.
No.
Always.
So it's another half a day. It's a long travel through the tunnel. Like you're basically walking underground, but you're walking the whole way now. And it is in the dark, so you have to light up the fist again.
Yep.
And it's actually just Carnuth leading the way. And he seems pretty stoic as he travels along. Ephyrra is very much like withdrawn into herself. This isn't... She just found out that her father is most likely dead, so it's definitely getting to her. And eventually the tunnel starts leading up. And you can see kind of that it ends, but then like veers off this way. Roll me a perception check, everybody.
And all I was saying, Victor, is that it's called the Golden City, for crying out loud. Surely they would have some gold. I got a natural
15.
one.
Natural 1, 15.
natural 20.
Victor notices that there definitely is a like secret passage in this wall right here.
Carnuth, there's another path here.
Yes. That leads deeper into the city.
Well, do we want to mark it in some way?
That is
Or go that
that is a kobold path, not for others.
What do you
I
mean?
see.
Bolt? Too fat?
All of you, and he taps like a specific rock, and it slides away, and it is a very small little like crawl space that a kobold could get through, but
How long
none
will it
of you.
take? I've got enlarge reduce as a spell.
I'm not sure what I should do. I mean,
Is
now
that
he said
faster?
I can't, and now I really want to.
As I said, it takes you deeper into
You
the
could
city,
crouch
but
down. You have to be crouched.
it isn't something we share with non-kobolds as well. It's sort of the reason why we can keep our neutrality without being
Kind of.
conquered by another dragon.
But if we went this way, we'd have the element of surprise, right? I mean, the way we're going now, we can't get within the city walls, but this could take us right in there.
This could take you deep into the palace, or into the palace grounds at least.
That sounds like exactly where we need to be.
It's not what kobolds do, though.
Okay. But who's going to say anything?
Give me a persuasion check.
Let me try this.
You're kind of railing against his core beliefs here.
Oh boy, I am going to... Do I have inspiration? Yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. New persuasion?
Yep.
That is a... Wait. 21.
Even if we did, none of you could fit.
Well, if I crawled on my hands and knees, could I fit?
I'm talking about like maybe 8 inches in diameter. Diameter? Radius? Radius is half the circle. Diameter is the full circle. It's about like an 8-inch diameter circle hole. Yeah. Like a kobold could squeeze through it.
Maybe.
But
I thought they were bigger than that, though.
I mean, if I covered myself in grease and was butt naked,
Fine.
maybe.
1 foot diameter.
But
Enough for a kobold, but yeah, not not for the 3 of you at this point.
I'm pretty long and spindly, but I
How-
don't do well with tight spaces. I think I'm out of that one.
Don't really have... Unfortunately, I cannot make us small for that long. It's only around a minute or so, which is... I'm assuming it takes longer than a minute to get through these tunnels?
Yes, it should be half an hour to get to the palace grounds from here.
Do either of you need to breathe? You can't die, so if you don't breathe, that's okay. What about Victor?
Looking at my description. Now, I am technically, I was Genasi, but I am a custom lineage, so I lose the attribute of being able to hold my breath.
Because we could stuff you in some, stuff all of us into some bags of holding and have the kobold drag us through.
Because someone pointed that out when we were like, why didn't you just hold your breath? You're Genasi. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
because you are custom
I'm a
lineage.
custom lineage,
Yeah,
so-
you got the feet instead.
You heard it here, folks.
Yep.
I got 2 feet instead.
At
2
least
left
1.
feet. That's part of the lineage. Sorry.
You see, here's the problem.
Half
I
and half, but you
feel
only
like,
get the left
You
half
only get
of
the left
each.
half of each.
I feel like there's got to be ways.
So you've got the Rakshasa, like, reverse thumb thing going on.
Or like the chicken, whatever.
Otherwise, why would
Spur.
you bring it to our attention?
I did not.
You pointed
Victor
it out,
did.
actually.
Well, I'm
Or
speaking
Victor did.
of the DM.
Ooh.
Let's see. What do I
Ooh,
have?
them's fighting
What do I
words.
have?
The DM responds to Fred and reminds her that not everything is something that your party can do. It might just be flavor to flesh out the world, and
World
might not
building.
have been the intended path.
Well, that is a shame.
Well,
What are the walls made from?
Stone. You're still in like tunnels.
Well,
I suppose we'd move on.
if we all went in the bag of holding, or a couple bag of holding, I have to make another one, obviously. But then I'd be okay. I don't have to breathe. You two would probably die. However, I do have Revivify and enough diamonds to bring you both
You'd have
alive.
to bring them back within a minute. As a reminder.
I could cast Zephyr Strike, give him my boots of speed, and watch him go really fast.
I think we should just move on.
I've died enough times. I'm okay for today.
Very well.
Yes, it's.
I
very
cannot die
unpleasant.
now because I don't want to end up in.
I don't want to. I can't die now because I don't
I don't
want
want to.
I don't want to. I'll just end up with.
We're all
Baba Yaga.
we're all afraid of stopping.
Something about getting married and my, bride to be would come kill me again.
You've only planted one of those splinters for the Baba Yaga. Is that right?
I planted
Yes.
one at the Knave's Nook.
Yes. Okay. I'm just making sure.
And she
And
cackles
he's
in your mind.
yes, he's gonna put another one inside the city at some point. So
Okay.
just when he finds a good clearing.
You're just like in the middle of one of the parks, like.
Like if there's a throne room and there's like just like a throne sitting there, he's gonna put it like dead center in the middle of the throne.
I mean,
In a potted plant off to the side.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see how I would do this too. I think I would. I have one way that you guys could.
Really?
I have a helm of teleportation.
That's true.
But the problem is I've never been to this place. So
You've never been to this place.
onto the kobold.
Yeah. What?
How much longer do we have to get to where we need to go?
This path would lead us up inside the city walls.
But you said this other path would take us even deeper.
Into the
How
palace.
much deeper into the palace?
Probably into the palace courtyard. At the very
And
least.
you've been there.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Ephyrra has.
Ephyrra has.
look at it this way, we won't have to use your tunnels, so no harm, no foul.
So you want me to?
Or Ephyrra, if Ephyrra's been there. And I actually turned to her and asked her,
Yeah,
I have this, and I will actually basically take my helmet off. This can teleport us.
Sorry, there's a mushroom rat.
Ephyrra's like, yeah.
That is a very big mushroom rat. Ephyrra takes the helm.
Yeah, and so I kind of instruct her a little bit about, like, put it on, and I kind of give her some tips on how to attune to it. Because I don't know. I basically asked her, have you ever had experience with magic items before?
A little, not a lot.
I assume they're pretty rare here, or at least pretty highly controlled.
But there were a couple times where I was told to attune to an item.
So this is roughly the same thing, just... and then once you're ready, you'll know, and then we can teleport directly there.
Is there a specific place you want to teleport?
Somewhere inside the palace that would be kind of maybe hidden or out of the way, but there wouldn't be a place that invaders would go.
I think I know the place.
We need to focus intently. We don't want to end up in, like, somewhere else. In the middle of the guards' room or something.
As long as you've been there and you're familiar with it, you shouldn't have much trouble at all.
This isn't the
Picture
barracks.
it in your mind and then
It's not the barracks, right?
use the item.
No.
Okay.
And she puts on the ridiculous hat that definitely does not match with her.
It doesn't really
like,
fit her either. It's
kimono.
kinda like-
And yeah, she has to take the chopsticks out of her hair and let it fall down. And after an hour of her attuning to the item, she says, "Gather around, I suppose, and let's try this."
Yes.
Yeah, I hate the picture of it. It's very Japanese style. It actually probably would fit her more if...
So this, if you remember, this helm of teleportation looks like a Mongol helm. Actually, I made it look like one of those like Mongol, like the Mongol style that you see. Because I got to design it for you, even though you guys got it.
Right before we do the teleportation, like as we're teleporting, I'm like,
You told her about teleportation sickness, right?
You have asked Ephyrra to take you somewhere that
She knows that's kind of out of the way.
secluded,
Relatively
that
safe.
nobody would be able to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not the barracks.
So I'm going to rule that because she's A, an NPC, and B, she is just interpreting what you guys want, she is going to pick somewhere that she has only seen casually. It hasn't been someplace where she's purposefully hidden away. She's just seen it in passing.
Okay.
So we do have a chance that we're going to be off target here.
Okay.
Okay, real quick before we get in there, I want to have a weapon ready.
Okay. Which one would you like to choose?
Let's do. We're doing Thorn Piercer, and let's have it be. What was the one that I really liked?
Dagger form keeps bounces. I think is what it. No, dagger form does extra damage.
It
Rapier's
can do 3
shot,
extra.
or the short sword shot does like AOE stuff.
It does poison damage for the short sword. The rapier reduces their maximum hit points. I will do short sword.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I think that was the one that you were pretty interested in.
Okay.
Yeah, I will also ready shield and get ready to fight if needed.
Victor?
I will hone my daggers.
Okay. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and roll and see where we end up.
and just to be clear, we did get the full long rest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that is correct.
Not the reset of the spell slots, though, right? Because we haven't been in a town.
No, you guys have enough magic crystals. You can use one of them and have a full reset of all your spell slots and everything.
Do you guys need it? I'm assuming you probably have used most of yours at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
so
that was the last fight that we did was that dragon fight.
yes.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. We'll -1 from the.
Yep. It's been 5 days, so yeah, taking a long rest is definitely in the cards. Okay. Ephyrra kind of brings her hands out. You can see the glowing light of the teleportation start to flare up. I'm getting to that. And it encompasses all of you, and you disappear. And you end up in a dark room. Your fist is still on, so it illuminates and reveals a bunch of different crates and barrels and the like. And Ephyrra goes, "Oh, whew, it worked."
This is where you intended.
Yes, this is a rarely visited storehouse, even by the serving staff here.
Well, good job.
Victor peaks. Rolled a 7 on my con save.
Oh, that's right. Victor gets teleportation.
You told me last time if I squeeze my butt cheeks, it will make it not so bad.
I meant,
this is terrible.
I meant flex them, not actually squeeze them.
Oh, I was holding them the whole time.
Why did you ask me to
She
squeeze
takes
them
off
for
the
you?
helmet and
Well, he
hands it
said,
over
"Hold
to
on
you
to your
for
pants."
-1 charge on that.
Okay.
Well, we should be within the outer castle at this point. There are grounds and then a bunch of steps up to the upper castle. I thought it might be a good idea not to try and magically teleport into the inner sanctum, as it were. I bet you it is warded, even if the Emperor is gone.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, smart.
With Blinky, is he like a true familiar? Like, can I see through his eye?
He has many eyes.
Yes, he has.
Because remember,
about-
he has many of them.
You close your eyes to
You
look
remember
through
what he
his,
looks like,
and it
right?
is
Yes.
very disorienting at first. Even more so than looking through your eye stalks. Like
Oh, I
Now-
feel a little bit sick.
Now, how would Fred interpret that? Would it be like a kaleidoscope style of like pictures,
Ooh.
or would it be just like
Like the fly.
a bunch of flashing like across your vision, like different.
Yeah, I think it'd be like a kaleidoscope, and she would have to focus on. Okay. Listen, I can send Blinky out to see what's going on. Right, Blinky?
Yeah, he floats out of the Bjorn that he was. that he was in.
Yes, he does give you the affirmative not in actual speech, but like telepathically, he gives you the I can do that.
the feeling.
But
He's worked out a system of blinks in order to communicate with you.
Yes. It's similar
1
to,
for yes, 2 for no.
One eye for yes.
No,
but they're constantly. They're all
each
constantly.
eye 1 time for yes, each eye twice for no.
It's very confusing.
In
That's why we
sequence.
use eyeball Morse code.
Yep.
Blinky. Fly out there. Float out there. Try to
There's no up or down for him.
try
He
to
just
sneak
kinda-
in the shadows. Because people might be a little weirded out by floating eyeballs. See if you can
It's
find
the weirdest thing we've seen.
where the action is.
It's the door.
Here,
The door
let me
frame.
very quietly open.
I like the idea that it's kind of clumsy.
Just give me a quick stealth check, would you?
16. No, 16. Plus
And with a familiar, it's like what, 100 feet?
3.
100?
Hang on.
It's a mile.
Oh, is it a mile?
I thought
Oh,
it was a mile.
Okay.
Because audience
But I meant
only his fruit
disadvantage
bat
on
only goes
stealth.
like 60
true.
feet.
So I
Remember?
only got 4.
Only a 4. Yeah,
that
it is a very
good?
squeaky door. Ephyrra says, I told you that
Don't worry, I've got my trusty oil.
after the door is open.
Yeah, of course.
You're like,
I've got
I need to
fix
fix it. Yes. Yes, within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it and see through its eyes. Yes. Okay, you're right. 100 feet.
100 feet.
Yep. So Blinky floats on out, kind of floats up high into the shadows to keep out of sight.
Gets tangled in a chandelier at one point. Like I said, it's just kind of clumsy.
Hang on, I need everybody to be quiet.
Oh, it's like when you're driving down the road and you need to see the addresses better. You turn your music
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
Turn mine down, I
exactly it.
can't see.
That's exactly it. Quiet.
You see a kaleidoscope of different hallways as he starts floating through them. I'm going to say Blinky's a he. That's just the easiest
That's
way
fine.
to. Yeah.
Blinky is a he.
And Blinky comes around a corner, and you see
I mean, his first name is Abe, which is technically usually a male name. Continue on.
you see the outer courtyard, actually, or the courtyard between the outer and the inner doors.
I see the outer courtyard.
And what you see is a bunch of soldiers standing in a row and a white dragon looming over them.
They're soldiers of the White Dragon.
And the I think you can hear through it too, if that's right. Yep, you can hear what it hears.
One of his eyes open up and it's actually an ear.
That's creepy.
We're just going to say that he's very good at reading lips and translating that into sound.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The dragon says, I don't care how many battalions it takes. Get in there and take down that barrier.
Take down that barrier. Did you hear that?
And the soldier at the head gives a salute, and they all start rushing off towards the inner courtyard. And then the white dragon takes off back into the sky. Everything here seems pretty dark outside, almost like there's just roiling clouds overhead. You quickly realize that it's actually smoke. You're seeing basically a city on fire with rebellion and military might.
Bad news. The
Yes.
city's on fire.
Oh.
Worse news. The White Dragons are trying to take down a barrier of some sort.
A barrier?
Yes, Blinky. Can you see the barrier?
Blinky starts moving forward to where they were heading, but it becomes quickly apparent that he's going to be moving out of range, and he's also going to be moving through gardens that aren't nearly as covered as the hallways are in darkness.
Bolt, do you remember when we went with Lady Crestor and the barriers that she had in her
Interadic.
attic?
Yeah,
Do you think this is a similar situation?
it's possible.
Do we need to rush in like Sarah and everyone? I think I figured out how she killed that person. Cut them straight in half with one blow.
That's usually a good way to kill someone.
Sure.
Yes.
So what you're saying
It took
is
you this long to figure this out. I'm
So
just curious.
Just Blinky back.
So what you're saying is,
Blinky,
and I
come back
click my
to
heels
us.
together. We should go. That's my.
Does
actually my
Blinky
lips
know the
speak.
direction of the barrier?
I could see just as far, or Blinky could, as they started to leave the courtyard.
Yep, you saw the general direction that they were heading.
Okay.
Generally, south by southwest.
Sure.
I would suggest. I would suggest keeping Blinky ahead of us to
Blinky,
see
stay where you are.
if we can make sure we're not coming
All
up
the
on
eyes
an
blink
ambush.
at once.
Good boy,
And Victor, if you
he says.
would like to scout
Aye,
for
aye.
us.
Aye. Yes, he does.
Aye, aye. I see.
Okay. So everybody just about is about to head out, but Ephyrra actually stops Carnuth and says, I need you to rally who you can in the city. Carnuth kind of looks a little nervous and he says, my place is by your side. And she goes, I appreciate your willingness
Can we
to
hear
help."
over here?
Yeah.
We will protect her. You've seen us fight.
Carnuth. He's one of those,
my job.
He's one of those dog kobolds.
Those Dobalt.
It's actually Japanese kobolds or dogs, apparently. Or dog-like. If anything happens to her, I'm killing all of you. I will find a way to do it.
That seems fair. You want to put that in the contract?
Sure, I got the contract right here if you want.
Your boots will run out. You better go.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Victor, scout ahead. Blinky will keep an eye out for us.
Yes.
And I will be,
Oh no!
I hate to say this, but I am not stealthy, so I will hang back as far as I can.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a round of stealth checks, please.
Yeah, I did want to turn to Ephyrra and say, if you would like to stay back with me, I will do my best to keep you out of harm's way.
Thank you.
But I am definitely not the stealthy one in this group.
Boom, baby.
Hence the disadvantage.
I have disadvantage too, actually.
Oh yeah, because you have scale plate or half plate. Yeah, half plate.
half
I think.
plate.
Yeah.
But I still got a 21.
21?
That's an 8 as my highest, or well, my lowest, but the one I had to choose.
30? Ephyrra rolled a 6.
Ooh.
So she's definitely, alongside you. She's still wearing, the full, kimono and things, so she's not moving.
Does she have like the wooden
Oh, yeah, she's
shoes
definitely
with
got
the
the wooden
two
platform
slats?
shoes.
And the silk is like...
Yeah. Victor is silent as the grave as he slips past.
I'm asking her questions about the construction of the castle and when were the buttresses installed? What year?
She definitely does enjoy the opportunity to distract herself by going into tourist or tour guide mode.
I took it upon myself to make sure that she was feeling as comfortable as possible in this weird.
Stealth be damned.
When I turn the corner, I assume to see the courtyard. Are they intent on the door, the guards that were there, or are they...
So the guards have moved off at this
They've
point,
moved off,
and
okay.
you can see, Blinky floating that direction.
Okay.
Kind of...
He does
that way.
his version of a come on, but his whole head just
I
spins around.
want to just stealth close until I can get them in my sights. I want to be able to see them.
Okay. Yeah, you
Before
can
these guys
do
come
that
up.
easily, and Fred can slip up right behind you because you roll pretty well. We'll say that...
That's the meme.
Yeah.
You've been practicing.
You actually slip around a corner and you see this kind of archway tunnel that leads deeper into the inner courtyard, and at the end of it is a set of double doors and a large golden shimmering barrier that is over it, and in front of it are maybe a good half a dozen soldiers that are continually firing different breath weapons at it because they're all dragonborn, as well as
You have to step away and be like,
yeah, they're
Take a
taking
breather.
rotating turns, as well as 2 or 3 sorcerers that are they'll fire off a huge blast of magic at it and then grab a rune
What are they wearing?
stone.
Is there a common garb between them, or...
They seem to be mostly mercenary-esque as far as their garb goes, kind of a smattering of different things. Every now and then you do see the flash of the Blood Flame Serpent among their number, but it's not every one of them is wearing that.
Are these
particular-
mostly... Sorry, you probably said this, so I apologize. Are these mostly, dragonborn?
Yes.
Okay, you
Yep.
said that.
Yep. There are a few kobolds that are running as, gophers, grabbing water for people, that kind of thing.
I have an idea. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna get that book of...
Are you approaching them as well, or are you just going to stay back, bolted?
I think I'll be smart and wait for an alert from Fred. I'll kind of
C-3PO and R2-D2 are going to stay back.
Yeah. I'll put my hand on Ephyrra's arm.
You're
and just kind
definitely
of-
C-3PO.
Yes.
3PO.
Which C-3PO built in buttresses in his arms.
relations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out the book of Clother's
Yeah.
Crocus.
Crocus.
Then I'm gonna try my best to do something similar.
Listen, they're doing breath weapon attacks. Perhaps you can get close enough. Convince them that you're there to help, and then breath weapon them instead. Up close and personal.
Okay.
Give me a performance check. Let's see how good Victor draws.
Hmm?
11.
It's a serviceable outfit. It looks a little rough and tumble, more than intended.
All right, and then
I do love rough and tumble.
Do they have any of the blood?
That's
flame
also a
serpents?
3 Dragons game.
Yes. 3 dragon rough and tumble.
Do they have any
Really?
Yeah.
blood flame serpents emblems or anything?
Yeah,
that's
it's there's a patch on a
So I'll
couple
just
of
kind of
them. Mhm.
something similar on so that way she looks like she's kind of fits the part as someone other than the fact that she's not dragonborn.
Okay, yeah. So you peel the page off, hand it over to her,
What could possibly go wrong?
and
Probably nothing.
as you take the page, the armor magically kind of flows over you. Do you still have your armor underneath? It's just a covering. It's just an illusion.
Perfect.
If you get into trouble,
Now,
I will dive into the middle of them and attack.
I'm not worried.
and then in order to complete the ensemble, Blinky goes underneath the shirt to give you a hunchback.
Oh, perfect.
Why is your hunchback looking at me?
It's under the clothing.
Is your hunch blinking at me?
It's squirming.
Take these with you, and I'm gonna hand you Shadow Song or not hand you, but give in the sleeves or something. I'll have like your Shadow Heart, Shadow Song, and Shadow Heart, and Cinder Heart.
Here's Shadowheart and Lozelle. Have fun. That should be
And
your
I'm
next
gonna use
dagger.
my defensive flourish on those.
Perfect.
I wanted to ask if I could have done the astrolabe, the astronomer's boon,
Oh, sure.
last night.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll for which boon you have.
How do I roll? Because it's the drum, the night, the seer, but it doesn't say on here. I think it's the GM's discretion. You may find one or more of the following while looking through the glass, and then I can use the action word and get the effect.
Do you remember that music video?
We need to come up with like a. Can we roll a d20? And if I roll a 20, I get all three.
Yeah, so it's this year tonight.
This here.
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, by Yanni's favorite hits. Here's Celine Dion. All in this, whatever, it's like that.
Yes.
That soundtrack when it's just like all that smattering.
Basically, I rolled a d4, and on a 4, you would have gotten
Okay.
all of them.
Cool.
All by myself.
Can I have given Fred before we left one of the boons as a bonus action?
Sure.
So one of the stars disappears, and for the next 10 minutes, you can choose to add a d4 to an ability check or saving throw that you make.
It's like a one-time bless.
Yeah, you can choose to roll the die before or after making a check or saving throw.
One time bless. One time bless.
This is the star named Ba for Baboon.
Baboon.
I think I was looking at the stars through the astrolabe, and I'm like, that's a really unique constellation. And I see Blinky float in front of me, and that's and then it starts to glow, and I get the eye.
Yeah.
Dang it, Blinky!
Dang it. Well, okay, I guess it's alright.
Does that mean that Blinky's a celestial being?
Could be. Who knows?
But I will also request that you send Blinky back to let me know.
Hey.
I mean, obviously, if there's sounds of combat, I'll probably.
He's blinking
it,
frantically.
But he's in under the shirt right now. Remember?
Pinky, that tickles. Go
Eskimo kisses.
Eskimo kisses on your back.
Those are butterfly kisses.
Oh, butterfly
right.
kisses. That's right.
It's also doing Eskimo kisses.
The gross part is that when it gives you like a lick like a dog would, it's just its eye going.
Right, and the eyelid like.
As you pull away, it's like.
Ew. That is uncomfortable. You're going to scratch your retina. Go back to Bolt.
Didn't you have a hump a second ago?
Wait, what?
Right.
What happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay. But wasn't that on the other? Walk this way.
Yeah. I need to show you Young Frankenstein.
You've never seen
It's
Young
such a good one.
No, I haven't.
There's a musical of it.
Oh, is that really?
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a song that goes. Hang on. It's so good. Let's forget about thinking. It's what's her name? Thinking's never smart. So, what does she say? Flush your brain right down the drain and listen to your heart. Anyway, it's she's like seducing.
Fabruca.
No,
Frank.
is it? It's not Fabruca.
It's
the other lady.
Roll in the Hay Girl.
Yeah, Roll in the Hay.
All the music is amazing. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Wish me luck. I don't need it. Here we go.
Blinky comes back and starts giving you a very complicated Morse code of what Fred is doing.
Fred fell down the well?
No.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh, she'll
Oh.
like strut up there.
One of the soldiers who's standing guard perks up and says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Well, I was sent to help you,
And you are?
Fred.
I don't know any Fred.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
What battalion do you belong to?
the Red Battalion?
Give me a deception check with disadvantage, please.
Red Battalion.
Okay.
Red 5
Well,
standing by.
I have pretty high deception, so that is a 18.
18? Huh. I didn't know you were in red. I thought that I knew everybody in Red Battalion.
That's embarrassing, isn't it?
It very much is, yeah. So you're here to help? Where's the
Yes.
rest of Red Battalion?
Mm.
There's a lot of that going around. I think the rebels are poisoning the food.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Let's just say, don't eat the chicken casserole.
I had the chicken casserole.
The latrines are that way.
Excuse me, and the other guard's like, go. You guys watch.
Yeah.
The guard runs off around the corner and right into Victor.
And Victor's sitting there with the book. He's drawing another one. Oh, hello.
What the?
The bathroom's that way.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage, please.
That's a natural 1.
No!
We'll get to that in just a second here. As he starts running down the tunnel, what does Fred do?
Fred is going to quickly get in position so that she can...
Because she realized that she literally sent him...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, crap.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. She will quickly find a position where she will have the greatest advantage.
The greatest coverage. Okay.
Why are you looking at us doing this?
Can you there?
Scoot in just a little bit.
Scoot in just a little bit.
And you?
I'm gonna take a picture.
And then the guard around the corner
We
goes,
need to focus our energies. And I to be clear, I'm not like looking like I'm skulking.
No.
I'm like sitting on the ground, cross-legged. I'm like drawing.
but you're definitely not supposed to be here.
Yeah, like.
Just drawing. And he says, "We got a problem," and that's where we're going to roll for initiative here. So we'll be right back with.
I turn to Ephyrra. I think we've got a problem.
Blinky.
Blinky, you watch over
yes.
her.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and reveal the battle map here tonight. We've got a little tunnel. We've got Fred inside of it. Victor and the guard. Can you actually switch their positions for me? Because I would think that the guard would come around and see Victor not standing where the other guards might have been able to see him. Yeah, perfect. And then, of course, Bolt over on the back, kind of farther away. And we are going to roll initiatives, please.
Yes, boss.
Yes, Bolt.
Nope. That's the crack. Oh,
You have to
that's
say
the
it
crack.
like you're a
Sorry.
mobster.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, boss.
That's Torrey Two Toes.
Finally.
Not because she has two toes, but because
I only
she
have-
ate 2 toes.
Oh,
Off a
that
guy
was
one
because
time.
I had 2 left. The reason I just rolled like 1,000 dice is I rolled 2 d20s,
Okay.
and I was like, "What am I doing?"
4.
And I was sad because one of them was a natural 20.
Ah.
But instead, I just re-rolled, and I got a 16.
Well, I appreciate the honesty, that is for sure. So you can have
Thank you.
Fred got a 16. Victor,
24.
24. Bolt,
14.
14. Okay. That means tonight we start with a Victor.
All right.
Right after the guard yells, "We got a problem!"
Yep.
And you leap up and
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up and I am going to stab
Knife
him.
through the through the neck.
Yeah. I'll use my dragon tooth dagger, and I'm gonna stab him.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll me the attack. Which number is this? That's number 1, right?
This is number 1. So this is the dagger. Stop moving. Dragon tooth dagger there. So that's a plus 11 to hit. I rolled a 9, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit. Give me that damage.
24 plus 6. So that is a 9 damage.
Okay. And then you don't have sneak attack on this one. It is going to use its reaction to make an attack back at you, actually. And that is a 20 to hit you as well.
Okay. I will use my uncanny dodge.
Okay, to take half?
Yep.
Well, I was going to pour on an epic die, so you'll take half from that as well. So instead of 14, you take 7 damage.
7 damage.
as he basically like reacts and slashes back at you as you're stabbing into him as well.
I'm kind of like as I'm taking the book, I'm like throwing it up in the air behind me.
Doing the Jackie Chan where you throw it in the air, you'll take him out and then catch it, you know?
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else that you would like to
The
do?
blood splatter finishes your drawing.
Yes.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Delightful.
And then so that was my action, bonus action. Would I be able to? Can I? Back up. I want to try and use ensnaring strike, and think I have to call that before, right? Because it's the next time you hit a creature with a weapon tech.
Yes. Yeah, you would have to call that before. However, it's been a while since we've been here, so
Okay.
you can retroactively ensnare
Okay,
strike.
so he's basically. I just need to make a strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines.
Okay, he rolled an 8.
So Victor, in surprise, he's going to stab, and I think my 17 is the DC.
Okay.
So he's going to be restrained and take 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns.
So we'll get to that when it gets to its turn.
Yep. That's it. And as far as movement, like I said, I'm just going to kind of stay close.
Okay, sounds good. Number 3 and 2, the dragons. Yep. They don't see Fred as a threat. You passed your deception checks, so they are going to move 30 feet towards the edge of the tunnel. And then dash for another 30 feet.
Okay.
Kind of angling around towards Victor. Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
This guy.
Now, does this hallway go two ways?
get, like,
two
here.
different separate directions?
Hallway?
Sorry, where we're at right here in the courtyard.
This is
the
the
big
courtyard.
courtyard.
This is the archway tunnel
Yeah.
going in.
I would say that everything beyond the tunnel that way is like wall. That
and
leads
then
to,
everything
these
that
are-
way is
these are
just
walls.
open
is like
courtyard.
open courtyard. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
There's probably some like bushes and stuff around if you want to try and like hide behind something like
No,
that.
Just,
you can.
just understanding my sure.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, these dragonborn come rushing out. The other ones seem to be reacting as well. Fred, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, who can I hit with my...
So, I would clarification because she succeeded on her deception check. Is she considered an ally to them or a non-combatant at least?
Yeah, they consider you an ally.
You
as far
can
as
move
goes.
anywhere without provoking opportunity
Yep.
attacks.
So, because... That's not going to hit. That'll hit two guys.
Yeah, that'll just
Yeah, that'll
two.
hit. Yeah, just those two.
But if I move over here...
You can hit these three or these three. Not all four, unfortunately.
Let's go for those three.
These three.
Dooba-dooba-dooby. Stay with me.
Okay, so you move on over almost like you're reacting to the combat as well, and then spin on the sorcerer on the left and the kobolds, and just let out a gout of flame. Your neck glowing with that kind of inner furnace light that happened when you first got it as well. So they need to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe. Did I let you know what the save on that was?
Would they have...
Probably. I don't know what it is, though.
I think we were
I think
just
your
basing
spell
it off
save,
of a. I think we were just basing it off of a young red dragon, actually.
Ah, got it.
So
And would they have disadvantage because he had deceived them on their save?
if it were an attack, probably,
Oh, okay.
but spells don't really do
That's
disadvantage like that, or dexterity saving
That's
throws.
fair.
So they need to make a 17 or take 16d6 fire damage. So get starting rolling on that. I will tell you right now, the kobold is dead.
Because 16 is the minimum she can do.
Yeah, 16 is the minimum, and that kobold definitely...
Well, would he take half damage if he succeeded on his roll?
Oh, they actually have quite a
Resistance.
little bit of hit points, so...
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the sorcerer first. Rolled a natural 1. The army officer behind it rolled a...
Can you add an epic dice to it?
Hmm?
Can she add epic dice to
Yeah,
the
to the damage.
to the damage, the flat damage to everybody?
Rolled a 10, and the kobold. Why do I
Blow 'em up.
Chippy.
Oof!
He's stinking up a storm. Do you need what size?
They all failed. What was the total damage?
With my epic die, 58.
58 damage. What number is that you are attacking?
So this is number 6, I think, and 4.
6 and 4.
6 and 4
Sorry.
and 1 kobold.
What was the damage one more time?
58.
58. You incinerate the soldier. You incinerate the kobold. And the...
Do you ever watch Rain of Fire?
Yeah.
That like build up sound? That's
Yeah. Rain of Fire is such a weird...
Yeah. I wish it came true though. It'd be cool to have dragons.
No.
No, it would not.
I'll let them
The sorcerer takes damage, but looks like they get like a little bit of a shield up in time. It shatters, but they're only partially singed.
I'm just writing this down so I remember for the future. So what is their save that they need to make?
17.
What?
Dexterity.
So try
Sorry.
to roll out
The Dragonborn, the sorcerer actually uses his legendary resistance, and he will take half damage instead. Because they have one a day, apparently. Okay. Anything else that you would like to do, Fred?
Oopsies, my bad. Did I get you?
We've been betrayed!
Then let's see. I will use action surge to get
Action
an
surge.
additional turn.
Okay.
Dooba dooba doobie. Hang on. Okay. So I will attack first the guy right in front of me.
Okay.
With Thorn Piercer.
In short sword form.
In short sword form. And that would be a 21 to hit.
21 will hit. It has to make a Constitution saving throw, and fails it, so it'll be taking the 1d6 poison damage, and be poisoned for a minute.
So it's
Just a
1d6,
Just a minute.
and then let me just make sure the damage for... What do I roll for the short sword?
I believe it's 1d6 for the short sword. 'Cause I think-
Extra poison damage.
Oh, the extra poison is 1d6 as well, I believe. Yep, 1d6 poison damage, and is poisoned until the end of its next turn. Sorry, not
But what is the regular damage? Because
1d6. But they're both 1d6.
okay,
Yep. Because
So-
a regular short sword is 1d6 damage.
Would you like
Plus your damage bonus just on the Thorn Piercer, which is plus 7.
okay.
Would you like a ring on one of them?
Yes, please.
Which one?
The one that Fred
So
attacked.
I'll do this. I'm just for everyone knows the green one is going to be the poison.
Okay.
So that's 6 poison damage,
Okay.
and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Piercing damage. I'm assuming
11 plus... So
it
that
was just 11 because I rolled a 4.
So 11 piercing damage, 6 poison damage.
Correct.
Got it. 17
Okay.
total.
You
can just go ahead and add it all together. They don't have any sort of
okay.
immunity or resistance.
Sounds good. Okay,
Just make it easy for you.
Second attack.
Mhm.
Same thing. That is a 24.
That'll hit.
Okay.
They'll make their... They made their saving throw this time, so no poison damage.
Oh, okay. So that's 5 plus 7, so 12.
12, okay. And then you're level 10, right?
Final attack.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level 11 fighter.
11.
Is an 18
Yes.
to hit.
That's why you get 3.
18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. What was the Constitution saving throw that they need to make?
17.
They make their con save on this one, so no poison damage on this as well.
So that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11
11.
piercing damage. Plus, I will use one of my energy die
Okay.
to use Psionic Strike, which is an extra 1d8 plus 4.
Okay. Oh, Syrinscape.
Old iPad.
Old iPad.
11, so that's another 11.
11. Okay. So the fire starts coursing over him. He throws up this shield to protect himself and shouts, "We've been betrayed!" And through the smoke, Fred just comes in, shatters the shield with one swing, slices off his hand with another before he can cast another spell, and then you just flip the sword around and stab it right into his throat, and he collapses to the ground. And then... Perfect. Love it. Anything else that you would like to do? That one can be removed from the board.
That will be it for now.
You'll want to move... Well, let's see. How far did you move?
Fred.
She moved 5, 10, 15, 20.
20? You have 10 more feet of movement, I
You
think?
forgot
think she
to
moved
shout
40,
the
I
safe
thought.
word.
Oh,
40, yeah.
kumquat.
20 more.
Sorry.
If you want to move, you have 20 more feet of movement.
Pranked.
Yes, I will just move up.
Coming.
Like between these two guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, so like
Take my little guys with me. Oh, Preston's little guys.
slice and dice.
Wait, no. Classic adventure. Battle sounds. Okay, Bolt, it is your turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, I am going to grow big.
Okay.
Got my...
Stay here, Ephyrra.
And as I just start running towards these two, just at every stab, just boom, 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 bigger and bigger and bigger. So that
Are you going...
not big?
Oh, I was going to
sorry.
say not full and large.
So let's see, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
And then as I come running up, I'm going to kind of do like a little hop and then slam down in front of them, and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave. Nice. What's the saving throw on that?
That is a DC 16 con.
DC 16 con. We've got one success from number 3, number 2 fails, and number 1 fails. So
Okay, so it's 2d8 thunder damage. So it's 10 if they failed,
okay.
and they're pushed 10 feet away from me.
So 2 and 1 failed, so you push them.
So he gets pushed here
Okay.
straight away. He gets pushed. I think they're knocked prone as well. Let's see. No, just pushed.
Just pushed.
Pretty sure. Yeah, looks like just pushed.
Okay.
And then number 3 succeeds, so he takes
Yep.
half. Which
He
is
takes half and not.
half
Yep.
damage.
And not pushed. So nice. Yep. You send a spray of dirt up as you send 2 of them flying. The other one seems to shield himself in time, and they're going to take their reaction to make a short sword attack against you, because you are within 5 feet of them still. But they.
What's
Huh?
What's the reaction?
They immediately after taking damage from a creature within 5 feet, they can make a short sword attack.
So only number 3.
Oh, with advantage. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
only number 3.
Only number 3, yes.
Okay.
Well, with advantage, which I didn't roll for you, but he also had disadvantage because technically you ensnared him. That is a 24 to hit you.
That hits.
Yeah,
It's
so-
right on.
You're going to take 6. Well, 8. I'll use my other epic die. A little bit more damage.
And then I will action surge.
Okay. Because of course.
Well, let's see. Can't move anymore.
No, but they are in a kind of a nice little line there to tempt you.
Yeah, why not?
So, this is technically casting a spell. Another spell.
We looked at the rules for that, though.
Yeah, I am not... I think it's only a bonus action. It's only a bonus action. If you cast a bonus action spell, you can only cast a cantrip with an action.
Right.
Casting 2 spells
Is-
as an action
is-
is permitted.
yes,
Yes.
As long as I have 2 actions.
Yes.
2 full actions. So yeah.
And we may be even changing the other rule because I don't like it. But we'll deal with that in campaign.
Yeah,
too.
because Cory and I had a big, long discussion. This wasn't like an argument. We were just... Because I'd come across a thread about a question on if I cast a spell with an action, and then I cast Action Surge, can I cast another spell? And there were people that were like, no. And then the people were like, well, as far as the rules are concerned, yes.
Yeah.
Like, and then Crawford and a couple other people chimed in. They're like, yeah, it's fair. So anyway, we're gonna do a little lightning bolt.
Okay.
And I'm gonna...
Yeah, so you slam your hand into the ground, and then the Tesla coils come out of the shoulders, and... So they need to make... is this Dex, or is this Con?
This is a Dex save. 16.
The one next to you makes their save.
Sheesh.
Number 2 does not, and number 1 does not. So roll me that damage. Yeah, that one right next to you. They see the lightning coming, they ground their weapon. They're also a blue dragonborn, so they're aware of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I know technically that would mean they have resistance, but that's not what we're doing. I'm not keeping track of every single dragonborn's color. Right.
26 lightning damage.
26 lightning.
And then half on a save.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just for good measure, another 1 lightning
Another
damage.
one. Okay. Well, you take out number 1 with that blast. He collapses and kind of just like dangles in the magical vines that Victor still has him trapped in. The other 2 look a little worse for wear, but they're still standing.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
That's my turn.
Okay. The sorcerer, the last remaining sorcerer, you can even take his number away at this point, because we know which sorcerer he is going to glare at you for your positioning, but he is not going to stop using his breath weapon, even if it kills the kobold behind him. So make me a wisdom saving throw as this gout of dark flame comes jetting out of his mouth.
What color is he?
He is a green dragon, but he's not using a breath weapon that seems typical for...
I'm adding one of these.
Okay.
16.
16 is enough, so you only take half damage on this. And you are not frightened, which is great.
You are knocked frightened.
Not frightened. So take 13 damage. Necrotic damage, specifically.
Okay.
And then...
Fred, that's what death feels like. Just so you know. I know you can't die, but...
and the kobold takes the full force of that, but he's still alive. But he is frightened. Okay, then we move on to the kobolds.
I thought they were supposed to be neutral.
The kobolds serve whoever they're serving. That was basically what the matron was telling you. Whether that's... The whole point is that they don't use their koboldness.
I'm not accusing you.
I know, but I'm just saying that... Yeah. I do need to explain it, though, because it does seem weird. But they basically... Whoever they're serving, that's the side that they're on, no matter if that's the right, what they think is right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that kobolds that aren't serving somebody do not use their neutrality to infiltrate or do
what
one
makes
thing
a
or another.
man turn neutral?
Yeah, exactly. The kobold saves out of his frighten at the start of his turn thanks to his ability. And then he is going to make 2 spear attacks at you with advantage because of pack tactics. Tactics.
Hey, shout out to Pack Tactics in our Discord.
Yeah. 21 to hit on the first one, Fred.
That will miss.
Okay. And the second attack is lower. What is your AC again?
22.
22. I literally have to roll a 19 with these. The other 2 kobolds are going to rush towards you as well. They can move 30 feet.
20, 25.
Oh, no, sorry, 20.
So 20 is here.
Okay. They'll have to. They'll take a dash. Anyone that has to. So they won't be able to
Both
attack you
have
this
to.
turn. Okay. And then, back up to the top of the round, Victor.
Don't harm my daughter.
3, 4.
It's aliens because you're big right now. Get away from her, you.
Yeah.
And now I'm
piloting
going.
the next one.
Actually, I'm gonna stick right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call back Cinderhearth.
Just Cinderhearth?
Is this one?
Just Cinderhearth for now. Yep. And so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. I need to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
Now, can you guide it? Like, can you twist it a little bit on its way back?
It's
or-
basically
it's a
like
straight
within,
line.
yeah, it's a straight line.
Anything
so.
that's in the straight line. I think it
So-
says within 5 feet of the.
Yeah, technically, just enough.
I was gonna say you probably don't hit
Yeah.
3. Actually,
When a creature within 5 feet of the blade is hit with melee range attack, you can apply a flash. Oh no, that's the other one.
If he moves like one to the right,
Yeah.
then that's
Alright.
enough. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So right here.
Yep.
You had to be
And
there then.
so it's a home.
He had to be
blade.
there.
You had to be there.
The
What is the saving throw on that? Dex, right?
saving, I think it's Dex. Yes. It's a dexterity save of 17.
17.
I don't want to write it much.
Fail, fail, fail. They all fail.
Perfect. So, and I said
You're not
Cinderhearth.
rolling very good tonight.
Not really. I haven't got back into my groove of cheating. I mean,
oh, that's 1d4. I need to do another d4, but I don't get the modifier, the +9.
yeah.
So it's a d4, there's a 2, so that's 4, 5, 6. That's 6 total damage for the bonus action of pulling it back.
6 total damage.
Yep.
Plus the 13.
Because of the.
Plus the 13?
Sorry, no. So the 13 I rolled by mistake. I just took the
Okay.
4 because I don't get the modifier.
Okay, so 6
When I
total
pull
damage.
Well, I think I get something in there. Whatever.
Is that one of your honed blades?
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
add
that was the home blade. So that was I rolled the 1d4 twice.
Okay.
And then so once I pulled that back,
Yep. That's a bonus action.
he's going to then attack.
Number 2.
Victor.
I think he wants to hit. That's going to be disadvantage. I was right here, so that's 5, 10,
15.
20.
No, 15.
No, 15 diagonal.
You can go diagonal.
Diagonal. Okay, 15.
You are a knife dancer. I think you can dance around somebody diagonally.
20. And I want to pull here, and if he gets an opportunity of attack, that's fine.
Yeah, he will offer.
I'm going to hit
He
this
will.
guy.
Yep. He rolls a 21 to hit you.
Yes, hits.
Go ahead and take 5
Oh.
piercing damage.
Uncanny dodge that.
Okay. Take 2 piercing damage.
2.
As you
2.5.
duck beneath it, and it just like cuts off a few of your hairs.
And then I want to stab this guy, other guy in the back,
A
so
few
that
of
I
your
can
ears.
get
Yours.
a potential
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack damage. So that's a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. Right off the bat, I can tell you that's going to
That
hit.
was with Blackthorn, so that's going to be 29.
29 total. Yes, that'll hit.
And then this is going to be 1d4, so that's 8 damage. I'm going to re-roll, use my Piercer feat to re-roll the damage dice, because that was terrible. 2. Okay, so that's going to be 9 damage plus sneak attack.
Roll.
Roll that dice.
So 9 plus 32, that's going to be 41.
41. Yeah, that's enough. You come around and right in the back of the head, take him out.
Welcome to the party.
Good job, Victor.
Oh, it's not me. She did all the work. I'm just
Yes, let's make sure she doesn't die.
doing clean. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm supposed to jump in the middle and help.
Okay.
You were
Anything
too
else
busy
you'd like
drawing.
to do?
That's it. Okay, for my
Number 2 is going to move up and attack you.
Okay.
Oh, they forgot to do their reaction against you. Lucky you.
Well, he had his reaction for his opportunity attack.
Oh, that's right. It was the opportunity attack reaction. That's right.
And number 3 did not have a reaction because he used it against me.
Correct. So this is 3 attacks coming at you. The 2 of them are natural ones. Oh my gosh, this guy dies out of shame. He had 2 hit points left. He dies out of shame.
Swings his own sword and cuts his own head off.
He basically swings his own sword, and you just deflect it easily and just like slice the last little bit of his life away. I'm not even going to worry about that. He has a shame on him and his family. Shame on his cow.
Yeah.
Dishonor on you.
Dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on your whole family.
synchronized wordplay is an epic die for each of you. That's the way we play.
Been gone a month and a half, and you're still on the same wavelength.
Bam!
Fred, it's your turn.
Oh, excellent.
You're surrounded.
Well, I'll start with you, the big boy.
Target-rich environment.
Yes.
It's so fun. I'm having a great time.
I'm having a wonderful time. You say, deflecting spears.
Getting burned by necrotic flame.
16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
Plus 4.
16 plus 4 will hit.
Okay.
A dirty 20. That's on the
Dirty
sorcerer.
20.
Sorcerer.
Yes, the sorcerer.
He needs to make a dex, or a constitution, what is it?
Con.
Con save, 17.
Natural 1. Poisoned again.
Okay, so
In
that
Margaritaville.
is
5 o'clock.
18?
18 damage. And that's with the poison, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So is he poisoned?
He is.
Next roll is 28.
28 will hit. Once again, take the poison damage.
Okay, so that is 15.
15 total. Okay.
Last attack is not very good. I'll add an epic die. Oh, it's not gonna. 15.
15 will not hit.
Poo.
Yeah, you strike in twice with your blade, and before they manage to get their shield up for the third one.
Okay. Okay. That's all I'll do.
Okay. Then it is Bolt's turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, I will cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself.
Okay.
Which is concentration. It gives me 10 extra feet of movement speed. So I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. Oh no! I'll go there, and then I will cast my Lightning Lure.
Okay.
So that is a Strength 16 save.
Poison means that you take disadvantage on saving throws? Or is it just...
Check. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, so this isn't technically
Oh.
ability.
Okay. Never mind. Oh, sorry. I'm in my own mind. Forget what I'm saying.
16 is what they roll.
So they make it.
Okay.
Darn.
Yep, so the lightning lash wraps around their shoulder and they just kind of like shrug it off.
Whew.
This is also a blue dragonborn. You don't realize that you're targeting the lightning ones until it's too late.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Alrighty. Then we have the dragonborn, the sorcerer. Does not recharge his weapon. So he's just going to bring his staff around, and you can see it's kind of like a bladed staff. He's going to try and slice it twice at Fred.
Okay.
First one is an 11.
Miss.
The second one is 21.
Miss.
You manage to duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge out of the way.
You can dodge a wrench.
Dodge a
Dodge a
ball.
ball.
And then it is the kobolds' turns. And they're all going to make attacks against you with advantage. Let's see. And I know what they need to roll, so I'll just tell you if they hit. And there's 3 of them, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
3 of them, 2 attacks each. Hey! We got a 22 on one of them. Which it's going to be 5
Use the D4.
piercing damage. Oh, you have that.
Actually,
no,
it's
that's
not.
only.
It's only on
yeah.
ability checks. That's right.
So take 5 piercing.
I'll
Or you
reduce
can
the
reduce it
damage.
if you'd like.
Or reduce the damage.
You got your
with the dagger.
your little force. All right. Oh, you'll reduce it with the
By
dagger.
1 damage.
Okay, reduce it by 1.
Okay.
Was that a honed dagger
It was a honed dagger.
So 2.
So 2 damage.
or
3.
3.
3 total damage? Reduce it by 3.
So 2 total.
So 2 total
You
damage.
take 2 damage.
Thanks. Ooh, it hurts so bad.
Her
Should
armor's too
antagonize.
thick.
Thank you.
They're all just like stabbing into your breastplate. Like, wait, what are we doing wrong? Victor, it is your turn.
They don't realize it's only half plate. There's
Yeah.
no plate.
It's only on the front. The back side is just cloth.
True. So
Don't poke me bum.
I'm gonna switch places.
That's what you were saying to Ephyrra the other day.
She was very aggressive with the scrubbing.
All right, I'm just gonna use my bonus action to teleport to the location.
Do you have a knife over there?
I don't. Never mind. No, I won't do that.
Yeah, because you returned the...
I'll throw my blade at this little kobold here.
Okay. How far...
I'll move
Can I go?
closer, so
Okay.
it's 20 feet, I believe.
He's 55
30.
away. So you'll be.
You can be 30.
Which puts him at 25 still.
Okay.
So that'll
And
be
that's-
So it'd be
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Unless you throw it at the
Yeah, it's
sorcerer.
20 disadvantage sorcerer. I'll just throw it at the sorcerer.
Okay.
No, we'll throw it at his face. Natural what?
Never one. Nope. Your dagger goes flying overhead and looks like it's about to slam into the back of his head, and his personal magical shield just deflects it.
You didn't see that, right?
See what?
Did you missed with the dagger?
No!
Anything else you'd like to do?
Now that my dagger's over there,
Would you
I'll
like-
bonus action switch places
Okay,
with it and
perfect.
use a performance point to attack him again!
Surprise!
So
All part of my plan!
maybe like right there.
Yeah. And then there's a dagger that's going to be back where I was. It's right there. Right here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Was that a natural one again?
Yes, it was.
Oh
Do you have inspiration?
No, I don't.
Take my inspiration.
Okay. There's a third natural one.
So nice.
This dice is going to dice jail. Okay, good. 18.
So if you roll 3 natural ones, we're just going to kill your character off.
Seriously. Well, this is it, folks.
That's how it used to be, right? 3 natural ones and you just die. That's a success already, even just at the 18. So you're
Yeah,
good.
18, so there's 29, or, yeah.
Okay.
So there'll be Cinderhearth, and I will use the flame portion of it.
In addition to the sneak attack damage.
Yep, in addition to sneak attack. So that's going to be 12 damage base plus 2d10. Which are these guys?
These guys.
So that's 8 fire damage.
20 total so far.
Yep. Plus
Plus sneak attack.
sneak attack. 29 sneak attack damage, but I'm going to reroll one of those with
So
my
it's-
Piercer Feast.
Would that be 49?
That's a 6, finally!
Nice.
So that's going to be 29 plus 5 is going to be 35 plus
20.
20.
Yeah, so 55 damage.
55 damage.
Yeah, so you go, all part of the plan, and you start teleporting towards it. Bolt, you see him come in, and you grab the knife and like redirect it to the proper place, and he comes in and you stab him right in the neck and kill him, actually.
Nice.
Woo!
Totally meant to do that.
Right.
Yes, it
Start
was
with
very
the
impressive.
fellow in front of me.
Thanks for the save.
Okay.
You first.
They all are all kind of shaking a little bit at
That's
this point.
23.
You can give up and go run away
They'll warn others.
and
20
not warn
23
others.
they don't look to be listening at the moment. They're still trying to stab.
Con save.
No talk. No talk.
Oh, yeah.
Only stab.
Ting, ting.
This
I
one does
too
make
cannot
its
listen
con
when I'm
Okay,
stabbing.
so that is 13.
13 damage. Okay.
Second attack is 28.
28 will hit. Con save is not successful.
So that, ooh, a bad roll. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 damage. Okay.
Last one. Another 28.
Okay. They make their save this time.
Okay.
18.
And that is for 10.
10 damage. Okay. Still standing.
Plus, I will.
4 in your...
Fred would sing
let's
that
do
wall.
a.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Let's
the
do
Warhammer
psionic
one of that?
Strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
For an extra 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What's the one? What's
That's
the one?
exactly how much
What's
you
the one
needed.
with Vader?
Yeah.
What's the one with Vader in Rogue One?
Oh, it's Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
When the days.
Slicing people.
Yeah. So you come in and you just triple slice this kobold up, mincemeat him.
This one?
The one in front of her.
Yeah.
That one. No. The middle one. Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful knife work.
Because I don't
Was-
want them
yes.
to be next to each other. Well, how close do they have to be to have...
They have to have an enemy within 5 feet of.
Basically.
Oh, well, there's... Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay.
I'll let you two take the rest.
Bolt. It is your turn.
Okay. I'll go 5, 10. Excuse me, Fred. 15, 20. I'll move, step over,
Okay.
and then I'm going to. I'll try to punch this one first.
Alrighty.
Punt this one
Yes.
into the wall.
And that is a 22.
22 will hit.
Okay. And I get to add d6 because I'm big for the first attack.
He's a big boy.
He's a big.
That is 15 damage.
15. Yeah, you definitely punt him into the wall, and he just crashes against it and falls limp to the ground.
And
You
then
do the
I'll just-
Pacific Rim when your arms.
Rocket fist.
and then I will attack the next one.
Okay.
And that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
And that one is for 16.
16 damage. Okay, that one is still not fresh-faced anymore, but he's still alive. And he'll take a couple swings at you.
Well, you've got to give it to him. He's
This
not
is-
giving up.
This is not dice rolling, this is him shaking in his boots.
So this guy's gone, right?
Yes, and he only rolls a 15 to hit maximum, so...
Look, you couldn't even hit Fred here.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're bigger.
I have more armor.
Yeah, he will actually break away and start running. He is a kobold, he is
does what?
panic. Yep.
I attack him.
Well, you can
Yes.
all
Yes.
attack him if you want.
I was only 11.
I will also use my reaction.
So will I.
21.
21 will hit.
23.
23 will hit.
Rerolling.
Another
my
16 damage.
Okay.
Well, only 14.
Piercer feet.
14 will not hit.
3 plus 7. 10.
I will just flick him in the back of the head.
10,
as he
10
walks
total
up.
damage.
Total damage.
Yeah, that's enough. Yep. Yeah, you cause him to stumble forward, and that's enough of an opening that Victor is able to deliver the killing blow.
Like in Troy when he jumps up and on the guy real
Yeah.
quick. You do the same thing.
Okay.
Just as he's fallen to the ground, I pull this one over and
Perfect.
Well done, gentle people. Much of
Ephyrra
that-
comes around the corner and she
Does
says,
you know?
I'm assuming that everything is over.
Yes, you can come over here.
That was fun. We should do that again.
Thanks for the help.
And she kind of just
I'm
ignores...
I'm gonna put a hand on both your shoulders here. I'm both very proud of you. You both did a great job, and this was excellent teamwork.
Thank you. I have some notes, but I agree. We did good.
Ephyrra is going to ignore all of you because she's walking over to the barrier and she puts her hand on it and she goes, I know this magic. And she's going to say something under her breath. And after a moment, the barrier parts and kind of dissolves as it parts, allowing you to open the doors.
Do you mind if I go first?
It might be better if I go first. Seeing somebody that they know would be more pleasant.
If you want to hop in the Bjorn, you can.
I think we'll be okay. And she pushes open the doors. What you see beyond is first of all a
She Aragorns
hastily built barricade, and several of these very finely armored knights are ready at the door, but they kind of relax when they see her.
take his staff.
Behind them is a group of servants and other noble types, kind of that have been trapped in this room. And at the back is a dragonborn man with golden scales, and he's just kind of sitting there with his eyes closed. He looks like he's been mentally exhausted by all of this going on. and she walks up to the front of the barrier and she bows and she goes, "My Lord Emperor, I am so glad that you're okay." And he opens his eyes and he says, "I am very glad that we finally have a respite from the barrier. Is the way clear completely?" And sorry, he stands up kind of unshakily, and he says, I apologize. My decorum has gone as of late. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
We are the Wayward Watch. I am Bolt. This is Fred and Victor.
It is nice to meet you.
We just dispatched of these rabble rousers.
That is one way to put it, I suppose. I cannot remember the Emperor's name. You have it written down, Fred.
Emperor.
Or Torrey.
I do.
Fred probably has it written down.
Yeah. Your dog is sniffing my butt and it's tickly.
Hey, buddy, come here.
It's not Muldronus.
He likes to do,
Muldronus
we
is
call
the
it drive-by
major domo.
lickings.
Yeah.
He'll walk by your leg and just, bleh,
Yeah.
real quick. He doesn't stop and lick. He just like, bleh, as he goes by.
That was a Drusid, no, Prince of
Just have
Thorns.
to find it.
Muldronus is not.
The
The Golden Emperor, Maratosk.
Maratosk?
I probably spelled it wrong. Mauritosk, the Golden Emperor. Does that sound right?
Yes, if I've told you that name, I have one written down here, but it's completely different.
Okay.
Maratosk, you said?
I said Maratosk, the Emperor Major Domo is named Muldronus, is what I have written down.
Yes.
Under Bosmahot.
Yeah, so he bows and he, not fully bows, just kind of like a slight bow, and says, "I am Emperor Maratosk. I am
Yes,
very..."
it is that because it always makes me think, a blessing on your head, mazel tov, mazel tov.
Maratosk.
I owe you a debt of gratitude, but more will be coming soon. What are your plans?
Well, our plans were to try to find you in the Major Domo, if possible.
And Ephyrra says, "Where is my father?" Your father, the Major Domo, is the one in charge of this coup.
Awkward.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
What?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's so good to be back.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, that is very awkward.
Preston, inspiration. Victor did really good with the whole, drawing. I like that. That was really good.
The bathroom's that way.
And, yeah, everybody can not take a short rest or anything. That's because we're in the middle of a war zone. But don't forget, you at home can take a short rest from this. Like, comment, subscribe, Toll the Dead, Patreon, all that good stuff. We're just really happy to be back. Thanks, everybody.
Hey,
thank you so much.
if you
You know
join
what?
the
Inspiration
Patreon-
all around. I'm just happy to have everybody back.
If you join the Patreon, you'll be able to see this episode 2 days early, and every other episode.
And yeah, the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
the next one.
But until next time, thank you, and have a wonderful day, evening, night, morning, whatever.
Bye.
Have a great life.